Okay guys, I'm going to call this one test route number 9. Okay, so that's just at the back of the test centre. We're in Corslet Place, I think it's called. So that's the one-way street. Now, once you come out the test centre, they're going to get you to pull in on the left-hand side. See where this white car's pulled in? Absolutely perfect. That's where you would pull in. Basically, you're pulling in between the two vehicles that are opposite you. So just remember, there is a cycle lane on the right hand side and it's coming towards you. So you're positioning up here. If you look at the position of the vehicle in front, so long as you're not on that little cycle lane bit. So you're coming up and you're going to be pointing at number 69. So you're pointing straight ahead here. Watch this speed bump. Electric cars don't roll back generally. However, on the speed bump, the car sometimes rolls back. So just watch that. So going out onto this road, this is Riccarton Mains Road and it's a 20 zone. And the 20 zone, you'll see the signs up there. You've got 4 speed bumps here and these basically keep you down at the 20 mile an hour. So in between the speed bumps, get yourself up to 20, going over the speed bump, just do about 10. After this nursery, this is a bit where everybody seems to fail their test for speed because everybody speeds up because the car in front speeds up. So just make sure you're still doing 20 at this point. And you'll see it when it changes. So it's going to change in a little second. You'll see the 40 mile an hour sign. Don't do 40 until after the sign. Okay, so at this point you're checking the mirror, increasing the speed. Now you don't have to do 40 around these bends. Maximum speed 27 mile an hour, whatever's appropriate. It's an adverse camber, it's twisty, there's leaves on the road, it's damp usually because of the trees at this time of year. So 27 mile an hour is absolutely fine. If you've got a vehicle coming towards you at this point, all learners seem to get scared and they hit this curb. So just watch out for that. Now the road's straightened up and you've come out the bend, you're wanting to check the mirror and get back up to 40 mile an hour as quick as possible, okay? And that just stops anybody, if you're only sitting at 25, 30, if that, somebody will overtake you guaranteed and you'll get pulled up for progress. So coming down here, we're going to head at the roundabout. So going straight ahead, second exit is going to be the right-hand lane here. At this point, you're going to be slowing down. So you check the mirrors, you're slowing down. You're looking into the roundabout on the right. There is a car on the right-hand side, but his position tells us that he's going where we've just came from. So we keep to the cheesy bit of this roundabout. Whatever you do, keep to the cheesy bit. At this point, left mirror, left signal, and just go straight over. At the next roundabout, we're going to continue ahead, second exit ahead, and we're going to be in the right-hand lane again. So again, we're going to be looking into the roundabout, looking at the roundabout from about here. There's nothing there, so we've got no reason to stop whatsoever, but we just manage the speed well. Left mirror, left signal, exit the roundabout, increase the speed a little bit if you want. At the next roundabout, we're going to take the third exit right. We just ignore the bus place just now, so we're heading Edinburgh A71. So we're going to be in the right-hand lane for that one. We'll have the indicator on as usual. Lights are at go. We're following the learner round. See how they've still got their indicator on? That's what you want to be doing, keeping that indicator on. It helps everybody. Now at this point here, go wide. The lane's taking you wide, so just stay in your lane and go wide. But as long as your right indicator was on there, it was absolutely fine. Then do left mirror, left signal. And for us, we're going to drive in the bus lane. Now you'll see why that learner is not went into the bus lane in a second, because that learner is going to go up the bypass. So we stay in the bus lane. However, the bus lane has a bit of a problem. See the car on your right hand side? the guy doesn't realise that he's allowed to drive in the bus lane. So when that solid line finishes, the guy automatically just comes over on us. Just watch out for that if you're coming to the end of a bus lane. So we're taking the second exit ahead. Look at the lane board. The lane board's telling you the lane to be in. So we can be in the middle lane or the left lane. Ideally, you want to be in the left lane, because if you're in the other lane and you come off at the other side, you're going to get somebody overtaking you on the left-hand side. Don't really want to get into that sort of nonsense. There's a bit of a pause here while we're waiting on the lights changing. Technically, we could be in the middle lane, but I prefer you to be in the left-hand lane. And if you're in the left-hand lane, there's no right or wrong or anything like that. They're both the exact same. The problem that you've got is when you come off at the other side of the roundabout, the cars that are in the left-hand lane overtake you. That's one of the problems. So sitting at the lights up here gives us a better idea. If we get stuck at the lights, ideal, we can just sit there. It's absolutely fine. You can see we've got 3 lanes there. City centre, and the south, I think it says. That's the city bypass south. So when we move off here, you can see the little dots in the middle of the lanes. That's basically your guidelines. It's guiding you to where you're going to go, and it's going to take you into the lane on the roundabout. And the lane that we're going to be taken into is a far left-hand lane to go straight ahead. So off we go. As you can see, the dot's done what they were meant to do. City centre. You can put your left indicator on here if you want. You can put your left indicator on when you go past the lights. It doesn't matter. There's no black and white with it, so long as you're showing people what you're doing and what your intention is. Try to avoid having your left indicator on just now though, because you might think that you're going down to the left there. So we're going to turn right at the next roundabout. So roughly that electronic sign is where you're wanting to do mirror, mirror, is it safe? If it's safe, indicate right, and then get yourself into the right hand lane. Now at this roundabout, like I say, we're taking the third exit right, and we would have our right hand indicator on. This is the third spiral roundabout that you'll come across. And same thing again, you're going to stay in your lane. So see, we've got 3 lanes there. Work it from the right hand side. Lane 1 is going to be where the bin lorry is. So that's us lined up for the bin lorry lane. Now as you come round here, you'll see a lane pops up on the right hand side. Don't go in it. Just let it spiral you round and let it spiral you out. Left mirror, left signal, exit in that roundabout. Excellent. And we're exiting into the left hand lane because that's the lane that we go into. And you'll see that there's a van that's going to pass us in a second. He'd been tailgating us along the road. He was desperate to get past us, and he revved right the way past us. Then another one follows him, and you usually get that. You know, it's like follow my leader. Going along here, it's a 40 along here, so you just get yourself up to the 40. We were doing 40, and these vans just felt the need. They just had to get past. If you've got people like that on your test, just let them get past you. If you're doing the speed limit and they overtake you dangerously, the onus is on them. But if you're only doing 20 going up this road and they overtake you and they're angry, then you shouldn't really only be doing 20. You should be getting progress and getting yourself up to the speed limit. So we're taking the next road on the left, so it's all mirror, mirror signal. You've already done that well before now. Before you turn round this road, just glance that left mirror again, just in case there's a cyclist continuing up Westerhailes Road. We're going to come up to a roundabout in a second. It's a mini roundabout. We're going ahead at the mini roundabout. We don't need to indicate. So we just check to the right hand side. We've got a couple of cars coming round there, a little hire car I think. Yep. So after the hire car, it's perfectly clear. You can see we didn't have to stop at all. The lights, the temporary lights here are at stop, so we just come to a stop. Tyre and tarmac behind the hire car. If the hire car decides to creep forward, which is exactly what he's done, or which he's about to do, don't worry about it. Just stay where you are. You don't have to creep forward with him. So this contraflow system is a three-way contraflow system. So basically there's three sets of lights. There's our set of lights and two others. If our set of lights are at go, that means that we can go wherever we want. The lights are telling us all what to do. So if there is a junction there and you're used to turning right at that junction and used to waiting at that junction, you don't have to wait. So you'll see that in a little second as we're turning to the right. We just go round, because we don't have to wait. There'll be nothing coming round from our right because they're at a set of traffic lights. And their lights are telling them to wait. I'm going to take the next road on the right. I think it's Clovenstone or something like that. Waiting on the van coming through because he's got priority. Once he's out the way, we'll just turn round. There is a flashing light, so you see it 20 when lights flash. It's exactly what happens. If it's flashing, do 20 mile an hour. We'll pull over on the left just in front of the bus stop here. So mirror, mirror signal, the usual. If there's a car tailgating you, just keep rolling for that little bit longer, just so that the guy understands it. There's no other cars parked here, so it's a bit abnormal for people to understand what's going on. They don't understand the fact that you're actually pulling over. So what we'll do now is we'll move off when it's safe to do so. So into drive, that's you prepared, the palm, and then we do mirror, mirror, blind spot, indicate, go. And again, get yourself up to the speed limit, which is 30 mile an hour here. Your only real sort of massive danger here is we have a crossing up ahead. It's a zebra crossing. And if you've done lessons with me, you'll understand about this, the whole sort of bubble area. The bubble area is basically the area at the start and the end of the crossing. If there's somebody there and it looks like they're going to cross, you need to slow down and just let them cross. If they're nowhere near that bubble area, just keep going. We're going second exit ahead at this roundabout, heading onto the city bypass. We're going to be in the left-hand lane. We're looking to the right. The white BMW will come by. It's clear after the BMW, and then we just join on the roundabout, left hand position, pizza crust, left mirror, left signal, and at this point here, once we turn round, we're going to change the direction of the indicator. So again, check the right mirror, right signal. Position yourself strategically in the middle of this lane here. There is a tar banding in the middle, just ignore it. Just keep bang in the middle of your acceleration lane, and you're increasing the speed and you're matching the speed of these vehicles on this bypass. If you go slower than them, then you're not going to get out and you're going to have to end up stopping at the end. You don't want to do that. That's a nightmare. So you want to match the speed of the vehicles, find a nice space, pull out when it's safe to do so. Now, in terms of overtaking up here, we've not got a massive distance between here and Dreghorn Junction for pulling off, right? If that was a lorry in front of us and the lorry was doing, say, maybe about 50 mile an hour going up a hill fully laden, then yes, you would be considering overtaking them very sort of swiftly, because you get to this point about here and he'll reduce the speed back to about 45 maybe, and you're stuck there at doing 45 and everybody's passing you and you're the only vehicle stuck behind that lorry. You want to make progress. You want to make as much progress on the bypass as possible. In other words, get yourself up to the speed limit. And if the vehicle on the left-hand side is doing less than the speed limit, you want to get past them. In this instance, the vehicles in front were doing about 67 miles per hour, as were we, and we were keeping our 2 seconds back. However, I'm saying 2 seconds, it actually looks like I'm about 4 seconds back from the vehicle in front. You've got vehicles passing you. The right-hand lane was quite congested. We've run out of time to overtake, and even if we did get up to 70 mile an hour, another 3 mile an hour, we're just going to be stuck in the right-hand lane and we're not going to get past these cars on the left, so there's no reason to be overtaking them. So we're going to come off at Dreghorn. I'm going to indicate on the first marker. We won't slow down until we get into the deceleration lane. We can keep our left indicator on. We're going to turn the car to 11 o'clock. As you can see, we've got space to do that. It's a nice sweeping curve there. Looking to the right, looks good, on we go. We're going to continue ahead at this roundabout. So we're in the left-hand position. We're looking to the right. We're going to go left mirror, left signal. On that roundabout, whatever you do, follow the pizza crust. Very important if you're doing that, because it's so often that we end up coming off the bypass and going into the travel lodge. So follow the pizza crust if you're going straight over. This road here is a 30. Because of the Armco and how it looks, it kind of looks like it's motorway-ish, and people do a lot more than 30 coming down here, so just make sure that you're only doing 30. We're taking the first exit left, so we're going to do mirror, mirror signal. The black BMW right in front of us, he's going to act as a blocker. Absolutely perfect. We keep ourselves moving, and then we just go round to the left-hand side. So usually they'll pull you in on the left-hand side just past the barracks. So as you can see, that learner, that's what they're doing. It might be a test, I'm not sure. All you do in that instance, you just check your right mirror and you just go past. It's obvious what's happening because you've got parked cars there. You don't have to indicate to go past the parked cars. It's not going to benefit anybody. It's obvious what's going on. This bit down here can be a wee bit tight if you've got an oncoming bus coming towards you, so you're just watching ahead and making sure you've got enough space to get through. It's just cars coming, so we've got plenty of space to get through. Keeping my eye on that car on the left-hand side. He knows I'm there, so if he can see me, he's not going to be crazy enough to pull out on us. And then at the end of the road, we're going to turn left. So again, we're going to point the cutter at 11 o'clock, mirror, mirror signal. pointing it in the right position. We're looking to the right. If it looks clear, we'll just go. So clear after the citron, and just look at the position of the citron when he's going down here. So what you're looking for here, you're keeping a good distance behind cars coming down here, because you've got this yellow box up ahead. In front of the yellow box, you can only get 2 cars. So if these lights are at stop and there's 2 cars roughly about there, do not go any further. You have to keep well back from that yellow box if that's the case. Down this bit here, where it's a 20, we stay under 20 down here. There's a bit of a dodgy parking space on the right hand side. Now, in this instance, it's absolutely fine. There's no oncoming vehicles. Just see the guy with the boot open. Sometimes if there's an oncoming vehicle, a bus, lorry, whatever, big van, they can be on your side of the road. Just let them come through. Once they're out the way, you just carry on with your life. Keep it at 20 through here. Whatever you do, this bit here, it's for some reason everybody does like 30. It's written on the road 20 mile an hour. You must do 20 mile an hour. It doesn't change to a 30 until you go round the corner. So this bit here changes to a 30. Check your mirror, increase the speed. So we're going to take the next road on the right, mirror, mirror signal. There's a vehicle coming towards us. He's still a distance away from us, so it's okay to turn right. Swing it round, in we go. Keep a nice slow speed going round that corner. Everybody seems to race round that corner with the car. Don't know why. You'll go along here and you'll get to do your reverse parallel park, your emergency stop, pull over on the right, all that sort of stuff. At the end of the road up here, we're going to turn left. Now, this is a horrible junction, really, really bad. The cars that are going to hit you first here are the ones from the right-hand side. Now, you can see I've positioned more on the right-hand side of my lane. And the reason that I've done that is so that I can swing to the left a lot easier. So, slowly going out there, looking to the right. That's your main focus first, looking to the right. Don't go until the left is clear as well. So we continue along this road here. This is a bit of a funny bit here. People are confronted with a wall in front of them, but they soon realise when they see the road markings that our road goes round to the right. At the end of the road, we're going to turn left. Whatever you do, don't drive over the markings like that van. That's not what you're meant to do. Come right up, straight up to that line. Look to your right, make sure there's no cycles, make sure you don't go over that cycle lane as well, and then you're pulling out and you're going directly into the bus lane. All my tests are all booked when the bus lane times are not operational. So you're going straight into the bus lane. And at the traffic lights, we're continuing ahead to go for Juniper Green, heading back to the test centre. So pretty much not a lot happens up here. You do have some pedestrian crossings. You're just watching for people that are possibly lifting their hand, pressing that button. Just remember your standard pedestrian crossings, you're going to get somebody pressing them and it's going to take 3 seconds and then it's going to go to red. So they'll pull you over on the left somewhere about here, mirror, mirror signal, into the left hand side, come to a stop, press your P, put the signal off, and then they'll say thank you, move on when it's safe to do so. So into drive, mirror, 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 blind spot, if it's safe, blind spot, indicate, go. So we're watching ahead to see if there's anybody at the crossing pressing the button. Doesn't look like it, so it doesn't concern us. When you're dealing with big lorries like this, keep a distance behind them, because if you can't see their mirrors, they can't see you. Now, if this guy had to reverse up a lane or something like that, if we were too close to him and he just put his reverse on, he's not going to see us, he's going to go into reverse, and the potential for an accident is quite high. So keep your distance behind him, and it also gives you the opportunity to look round him as well, whether it's looking round him to the left or the right, whatever. And you can see he's coming to a stop. So we've stopped just before the traffic light stop line, just in case we ended up doing tire and tarmac and we leave the car over these studs. You don't want to leave them over the studs. And what's happened now is, because we've stopped where we've stopped, the lights have now changed to stop. Had we not stopped where we stopped, we would have been right inside that guy's, basically his space to walk over the road, and he would have had to walk at the side of our car and everything like that. That's dangerous for pedestrians. So what we've done was the correct procedure. We've checked the right mirror, we've went past these cars now. And we're going to take the next road on the right. Now, there is keep clear on the road here. If there's oncoming vehicles, it's okay to stop in that bit in the middle. And then we just turn around to the right because it was safe to do so. You might meet oncoming vehicles coming up here. Just use your skills to understand where to go, what to do. Usually on the way back to the test centre, they'll pull you in on the left hand side here, which you can see by the little Volkswagen. Watch this corner here, it's quite a blind corner here. Just have a good look before you proceed. So that's basically the end of that route. That's one of the most common routes that they use. So keep watching it. Any questions, just ask.